What are the biggest car buying scams and ripoffs that you need to watch out for? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. After over a decade as a consultant helping consumers with their car buying purchases, I still get amazed by the types of scams and ripoffs that I see some dealerships try and pull on consumers. It's very easy to get ripped off by a dealership when shopping for a car, and there's all kinds of crazy tactics that they could try and pull on you. So to make sure that does not happen to you, make sure to stick around to the end of this video. Now, I should start off by saying that there are a lot of really good ethical dealerships out there that are just trying to do the right thing, but there are still enough bad ones that you need to be careful and make sure that you do your homework when shopping for a car. We're going to start with one of the top car buying scams that I see happen all the time to consumers, and this one is the bait and switch scam. Bait and switch is a common tactic that I see a lot of dealerships use. This is basically when they advertise a car for a very attractive looking price, a price that almost looks too good to be true. So when you contact the dealership to learn more about that car, it turns out that the car is not available. The reasons a dealer can give you for why the car is not available for that advertised price is because the car has either already been sold, it's for a base model with features that nobody realistically wants, or the advertised price includes some special rebates or incentives that you don't qualify for. Whatever the reason, this is just a tactic that the dealership is using in order to lure you in through the door so that they can sell you a similar car or a different car for a higher price. In order to avoid this scam, make sure to contact the dealership ahead of time about the car that you see advertised in order to confirm that the car is available and available for the advertised price. Ask the dealership to send you a quote that gives you a full itemized breakdown of the price of the car so you know exactly what you're going to be paying before you step 1 foot through the door. Let's move on to the next car buying scam, which is going to be the trade-in scam. Now again, this is another very common dealer scam that I see happen all the time when the dealership is basically overvaluing your trade-in car just to lure you through the door so they can sell you a new car for a deal that you think is really good. The way the trade-in car scam basically works is that the dealership will give you a very attractive looking offer for your trade-in car so that you'll buy a new car from them. Only what you don't know is that all they're doing is just moving money from the new car you're buying onto your trade-in car to make it look like it's worth a lot more money than it really is. When a dealer sells you a car at full price with no discounts and lots of extra unnecessary fees, it's very easy for them to move some of that money over onto your trade-in car to make it seem like it's worth a lot more than it really is. So in order to get fair market value for your car, you need to ask the dealership, what are you going to give me for my car if I don't buy a car from you? That's when they're going to give you the real number. It's always a great idea to shop around and negotiate the best deal that you can on the new car you're buying separately from your trade-in car. That way the dealership can't manipulate the deal and just move money around from one end of the deal to the other. Let's move on to the next biggest car buying scam, which is the car payment scam. Now again, this is another very common car buying scam that I see a lot of dealerships use. This is basically when they use car payments in order to disguise the true cost of the car that you're buying. I see this happen all the time when a consumer goes to a dealer with a budget in mind of say around $25,000 and the dealer shows them a really fancy car that they fall in love with and they tell them that it's only going to cost them $180 bi-weekly, which sounds really affordable. It's only when you carefully look over the paperwork that you see that those payments are often stretched over a 7-year period. And once you add up all of those payments with the interest rate, fees, and that price that's probably not even negotiated, you end up paying closer to $35,000, which is way over the initial $25,000 budget. The key here is to not let the dealership trick you into buying a car based on payments alone. Instead, tell the dealer that you want to see a full price breakdown of the price of the car so that you can negotiate a fair price, make sure that you're not paying any unnecessary fees, and also make sure that the car you're buying is within your budget. Okay, let's move on to the next car buying scam, which is the bad credit scam. Now this one applies to those who are shopping for a car on bad credit and the dealer demands to run a credit report on you before you've even decided what kind of car you want to buy. It's never a good idea to allow the dealer to run a credit report on you too early because too many credit reports being pulled is actually a bad thing for your credit. Now the dealer might tell you that they can't give you any payment information unless they run a credit report on you if you have bad credit. So this is the way you work around that. Tell the dealer that you want them to assume that you have good credit and to give you your payment information based on that. If the dealership agrees, they might tell you that your payments are going to be $300 per month. That way, when you finally decide to run your credit and your payments end up being around $400, you can ask the dealership to explain how the payments went from $300 to $400 and use that to negotiate a better deal. Never allow the dealership to withhold this information from you, and don't allow them to run credit reports on you until you're ready to buy. The next car buying scam is another big one. This one's called the refinancing scam. If a dealership tells you that you can come back later and refinance your car loan at a lower interest rate, they're most likely lying to you, because that almost never happens. Unless you made a very big down payment, the value of your car is most likely going to be worth less than what you owe on the loan, and no lender is going to refinance a loan like that. What the dealer really means when they say they're going to refinance you is that they're going to switch you into a different car and just move all the debt from your first car loan on top of a brand new car loan with a lower interest rate. Now, this is a very bad idea, because not only are you going to owe money on the full price of the new car that you just bought, but you're also going to owe money from the old car that you traded in. So this is a very easy way to drown yourself in a huge amount of debt. The way to avoid this mess is to pay off your car as quickly as possible so that you can avoid being in a negative equity position where your car is worth less than what you owe on the loan. The only time you should be trading in your car for a new car is when the value of your car matches or exceeds the amount that you owe. Moving on to the next car buying scam, this one is the bogus fee scam. It's very important to understand which fees are mandatory and which ones are not when shopping for a car, because some dealerships will try and charge all kinds of crazy and unnecessary fees that you should not be paying for. Just a few of the bogus dealership fees that I've come across include nitrogen tire inflation fees, environmental fees, anti-theft fees, and administration fees. If you see a dealership try and charge any of these things, make sure you try and negotiate them out of the deal. I could go on and on about all the different kinds of dealer fees that you should be avoiding, so to get the full list, make sure to check out my other video on that. And that brings us to the final car buying scam, which is a really big one. This one is the add-on scam. Now, add-ons basically consist of additional products and services that a dealership will try and sell you in the business office in the final moments of the sale. It's the part of the car buying process that a lot of people really hate. After you negotiated the final price of the car, only to be brought into the dealer's business office where they hammer you with all kinds of expensive products and extras that you've never heard of or weren't expecting. There's so many potential expensive products that the dealership could hit you with in the final moments of the sale. Some of these products can include extended warranty plans, maintenance plans, interior or exterior paint protection, wheel and tire protection, rust proofing. The list goes on and on. The reason why many dealerships push these products on you at the very last moment of the sale is because a lot of these products make a ton of money for the dealership. In many cases, dealers make a lot more profit selling these add-on products than the price of the car itself. Now, I'm not saying that these products are a total waste of money, but it's important that you get a chance to do some research on these products so that you can make an informed decision and decide whether you really want to buy them or not. The reality is that some of these products are just unnecessary, so don't allow the dealership to pressure you into buying any of these expensive add-ons until you've had a chance to do your own research first. Buying a car from a dealership can definitely be a very stressful and complicated process, and it's very easy to get taken advantage of and end up paying way more money than you should. Luckily, if you do enough research, it is possible to find a good dealership that's not going to pull any of the car buying scams in this video, so make sure to do your homework. Let me know what you thought of this video, and if you have any similar car buying scams or car buying stories to share, just leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you want to check out some of my other car advice videos, you can take a look at these links right over here. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and if you need any additional car buying help, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to check out carhelpcanada.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.